All right, Rigo.
Oh, yeah.
Rigo, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from El Salvador. I grew up there since I was a little boy, towards 16 and a half years old. They came to the States.
What was your childhood like?
If I want to call it childhood, I never had a child. I don't even know if I know the definition about the word. But anyway, my childhood was a catastrophe. I had a dad that it was a cheater and a drunk and never at home, at night. And my mom always working, so I would take care of my four brothers and help, with the bills. So I don't think that's a childhood for a normal kid, growing up between the years of 4 years old or 7. Because I saw the other kids have friends and toys and the piñatas and all that stuff, and I never did have not even one. That's how it was. When my mom came to the world, they lied to us. Evidently, they had to lie to us because we didn't want them to get divorced or separate. And my mom come to the States. Yeah, all that. I believe the cheating and the drinking, that's what created my mom live. My dad and me, the super family that I had, blow into pieces, man, destroy, and there is no more kingdom. There is no more Rigo and a new car because your dad just getting out of university, so he's gonna have the ways to even get you a bike or something. But all the guys destroyed when I was barely 7 years old. And I started, the Rigo that you see now, I guess, is the result from my childhood to over here. I tried so many times to change and do better again, and I do it for the most that I have right now. That's 10 years, 10 years straight, and that made me really happy when I knew that I had 10 years. But the very next day, I got high. Started.
So back to your childhood. You got involved in gangs at one point?
Yeah, I got involved into what is called in El Salvador MS, Mara Salvatrucha, right? But I was in the one on the side there because everybody has their own little region and name. So whoever is the toughest, and there is rivals over there, and you learn how to use firearms, how to do all the crimes. They teach you how to do it.
What kind of stuff were you doing at that point?
I was stealing stores, people on the streets, stealing cars, shoplifting, right, in the big stores. What else? I would grab a knife and hurt people just for the heck of it. If one of the other guys that was right there with us tell us, hey, you gotta prove yourself to the barrio, blah, blah, blah. We gotta see you how tough you are, man. You wanna go and stop that? You see that dude? Three, you gotta stop it 3 times, or you don't come back over here. And just for that, man, you will go, man, for no reason. Do the guy, man. And because your leader is telling you otherwise, you will get hit, man, or somebody else. If it's something really severe and then you gotta move on, and that's lifestyle as being a gangster, you have to stop him, no matter what.
What age is this?
Or you get stopped.
What age was this?
I was barely 9 years old when that happened, and I felt terrible, awful afterwards. But you have to do it. Or pull a trigger. The first thing they tell you, man, when they jump you in is that now your mom or your dad, there is no more home. This is home. And the girls got it even worse. They get raped. Whole bunch of guys, man, like, it depends for where you're from. That's how many guys are gonna go through her, and one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. I don't know how can a girl take that type of pain, man. Like 18 guys in one flash. Or the guys, man, when you're getting beat up, jump in by the other guys, the elders. And they're your leaders. And you got to prove them that you're a man. That's being a man. That's what they teach you, how to be a man. You have to hurt people. You have to steal somebody else's property. Fuck the government. Fuck this, fuck that. And there is no love. There is no... there's so many other things that I've been learning through the years about family. And I want that, man. But I don't know how.
How old are you now?
It's 54.
You have kids?
I got 2 kids, man. I got 2 kids, and I'm grateful to God, man, that at least I paid through the school, man. They both out of university already. But it was really hard, you know. Those are the only years that I was able to be sober, but it's a lie, because in between the months I would have 1 or 2 and tell a big lie that I would travel in a different state, you know, for the company and do a job site for this hotel, or because I used to work in air conditioning. So I would travel to city in the state of California, but also sometimes they had it outside, like New York, Florida, Texas, and I would take it right away, you know, just to go out, get loaded, buy stuff, you know. But I couldn't keep up a steady job, man. After a few years,
Because of drugs?
I would start using drugs again. Yeah, because people do things to you and you use it as an excuse to go and shoot. I done the 12 steps. I done Narcotic Anonymous. I done this other program. I done Victoria Average. I done, and it's you. The problem, you have to find yourself again. I lost myself when I was a little boy. Well, really little boy, when they teach me how to pull a trigger. And, you know, 7 years old, pulling an M16 trigger, I didn't feel anything. I only was, I didn't know that that's being scared. I didn't like the feeling, and I named it that only scared people shoot people. Only scared people shoots people like that. The law is the law. That's totally different. But a person that fires into another person a weapon for no reason, just for the heck of it, just for having fun, or become a gangster. What kind of gangster is that? The movies that I see about Al Capone, it's not like what we have in the streets. This scenario is totally different than the real gangsters. Real gangsters drive a limousine, or Ferrari. I've been in their houses before. I've been in their houses. Fuck, man, they pick all the money from the drugs or whatever. Whoever collects the money. And they're living like kings and shit over there, man, in the mountains. And you're right here in a corner getting killed, testing something that it will make you sick, OD, and you're gone. I don't know.
So the things you did when you were in the gang led you to
To all the drug addiction,
the
my
drugs
years.
that helped you forget.
Yeah, that was my other side of the life, my peace. You know, I call it peace. If you can call it peace, there is no peace. The next day, either you're sick because of bad batch of drugs or whatever, or you need more because it was so good, and so your body gets so addicted that I come to realize, man, that my body gets addicted so quick. Anything, you give me anything, I'll try it, and if it's good for my body just wants more. If not, it will reject it, but I'm an addict. It doesn't matter what I want to do. If I don't stay away 100% from that stuff, I'm an addict. I'm totally an addict. I'm doing it.
So how many years have you been on the street?
Right now, I don't know. Putting all the years together, I have spent over my life, like, damn, I don't know how many years. I only had it's only been twice that I had a house, that I can call it a house. The first time I spent 5 years with the girl. The other time I spent 10 years with the other girl, right? Out of the 56, out of the 54, sheesh, 35 years, 30 years on the streets, going back and forth into the streets. You know, trying to make it in life and falling back again. It's hard, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what to put in this. My heart breaks, man, and I want to keep it from this painful feeling. But nobody is at fault than myself. If I had another chance, I would do it different. Totally different.
Did you have a choice at that age?
And I can probably will say that my dad will say my son for the first time. It's hard when you don't have a father figure in your house. Somebody can protect you when you're a little boy, when you're getting raped or abused. Trying to find your father, man, he's not there. But I don't hate the man. I make amendments about it. And I went and said, I'm sorry, Dad, for being the son that I am. Still alive.
Where is he? In Los Angeles?
No, he lives in San Bernardino County, in the desert.
Oh, not so far.
And, you know, his brother and him came and live up there because they used to live in Nebraska. So they moved together over here. And his brother died, and that's it. I haven't seen him the last 15 years. I haven't seen my dad face to face, just to see him. I never knew how to say dad. I don't know why I wasn't permitted for. The only thing that I remember was that if I behaved like my brother, Daddy, he would call me a pussy because I was the oldest of the sons. And I would have to teach them how to be a man, a strong man, not a little chicken voice like the girls. And it's like, okay. So that builds out something else in me, part of what I pile up inside, you know, that I tried to destroy it with drugs, or at least with drugs, all that pain by not having, how to behave around him like a little kid. Because I was the oldest boy. I was supposed to be, oh man, always the macho man crap. And that's why I hated him for a little while. I can tell you. But my heart wasn't like that. It was too late. He was already told me that I don't have a son anymore. I lost my son. Oh, really? Okay, good. So that way, when I die, you don't have to suffer. You totally become against your family, and those are the ones that are trying to help you and love you. And you start telling them all kinds of bunch of crappy stuff, man, that destroy their emotions and their feelings. But I didn't know. Otherwise, because the drugs will take control. Coke, you're a different person. Crystal meth, you're a different person. Heroin is totally a different world too, because you always know. Go. So nobody know if you're alive or you're dead. What happened to you? One minute he was talking, now look, he's dead asleep. And then you have the guys crack. And one time I got all loaded with this thing called PCP or LSD. I remember hallucinating and start seeing things coming out of the wall and the floors and oh shit. But I done so much drugs all over the years that I knew I only need to calm down, get locked up in my apartment, get to my apartment, locked up myself, and it's gonna wear off. After 24 hours, anything wears off. But anyway, I came out after 3 days, man, and that was it. I never touched it again. I said, like, hell no, that shit. Oof. But it was crazy. I did so many other drugs, just to try them and stuff like that. But my drug of choice was always heroin with cocaine together.
Is that what you use today?
Today, it's too expensive. Nah, you cannot. Man, not with this money over here.
What do you use today?
Just regular weed. You're using weed, your friends are using some other stuff. But I don't do them just because they're too coke or heroin or like this other guy appeared with a bottle of morphine. I was like, what the heck you got that crap, man? Not easy to get hold on. Oh, my connect, man. But you gotta have $200 for. Man, I know what it tastes like, man, whatever. But, they can come up with stuff like that. But you see all kinds of pills actually right now in the streets, man. There's all kinds of pills to get high. Different kinds of chemicals. And you don't even know. One day, they gave me a roach, right? And I thought it was weed, and I was smoking with it because it smelled like weed. Yeah, no, the feeling was no weed. Hell no, I never smoked weed like they call it mace, or they spray spice. That stuff made me feel weird, man. Very bad, very terrible.
Where do you live now?
I live in a tent in the streets, because of it. You can keep a job, a study job. Your companion in life, it gives up on you. She can't take it no more, right? And you're not coming home early, even though that you're not being unfaithful or disloyal to her with another woman. They don't believe you. They think that you're fornicating, that you're, having another woman, and that you're also slut. So they ain't leaving because they can trust you. Even though that you're telling the truth, they don't believe you. It doesn't matter if it was the drugs. Not anymore. That's the excuse that you get to points like that. You know. Them beating me up, and I never have raised a woman, you know, a hand on a woman, and I will never do it. I'm glad on that one. You know, but they have, man, and got to that point that when they abuse me like that, I leave and get another couple. And because this person don't know my lifestyle, it's gonna last a while until I'm hiding, dating. When she asked me to live together, then I'll change. He never changed. He never did change. I went to hospital, clinics, you name it, to different recovery homes and doctors. And it's only with that one time, like I said, 10 years. 10 long years. And I wonder, I don't know how am I gonna get it, but I hear a lot of people, man, that tells me that it can be done. It's just, you need to hide myself.
Do you think it's the trauma you went through when you were young that you're having a
I
hard?
think it was when I got raped, because I didn't have no valor to tell anybody. I thought crying it was for cowards. And besides, that's when I said that to you, that what father figure, man, when you're getting, you didn't hear what I said, rape. Couldn't tell my brothers that I got raped. Because I was 9 years old, man, when I stabbed the guy that I told you that I went and I stabbed him 3 times. I became so damn evil in one instant that I didn't care how it felt. And I didn't have nobody to protect me when I was 9, man. It was this old dude, 34 years old, man, pulling my pants down and forcing me, and I didn't know what was happening, man. That's all I knew, that I hated it in the moment, man. Because I didn't want that to happen. And it did. I couldn't find a 30-year-old man. And from that point, man, I destroyed my life. I didn't want to believe that it happened. I didn't want to. I barely spoke to the person 9 months ago when I told the first time that I got raped. And it was my dad. I told the man why I was the person that I was. And if it's that, I need to change. Because I don't hate gay people. I don't hate them.
Rigo, what would you say is the most important thing you've learned in your life?
Never give up. Él still a chance for me, man. After I saw my daughter graduating and finishing her bachelor's, I stopped that voice that used to tell me that I was no good and reject. That even though that I was a drug addict, I finished what I told my daughter. When my son is a different history, but they both finished school. They told me, of course, we wanted that, yeah, and I was trying so hard, man, not to happen a second time again, and it did, man, I couldn't. I don't know how to be a father. Because I didn't have one over there at home. I know I gotta go back.
didn't deserve any of that.
I didn't know how to fight him.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know how to fight him. Like I said, and he was my own uncle. My father.